Daikiri in race number 7 or 8. Both of them under $2 short-priced favourites, and we're obviously driving Heart of Dixie in our feature, the Franklin Country Cup, this afternoon. My best bet of the day, I'm going to wait to the last. $4.80 fixed odds, Heart of Dixie. No Apache Me in race number 9, trained by Barry Purdon, the winner of its last two. Got a very good winning chance. Of course, this horse, claimed by Barry about, I reckon, 6 or 8 weeks ago, and since then has strung 2 very good wins together. Goes to the last. We'll take on a reasonable field, including the likes of Tassie's Devil. But I thought at a bit of value, race 9, horse 13, No Apache Me, $4.80. That horse on screen looks it very well. Caught up with its trainer driver early in the afternoon, Nicky Chilcott. Nick, thanks for your time. Let's talk about the Crown Jewels. You always thought he'd win a race. He's getting closer to that mark now.
Oh, look, he is. He's a lovely horse, and he's just getting better all the time. Well, he sort of is. One day he does it right, and the next day not. But when he does get it right, he's not far away from winning. Mentally, he's just not quite there yet. But look, he's going to be a nice horse. At this stage, he's probably still a work in progress, but not far away.
Must have been pleased with his last start run. Small field 8 runners today. Is it a case of just getting around that first bend safely and then he's in with a winning chance?
Oh, look, definitely. It's probably not even the first bend. If it's just if he hits the ground trotting, he hasn't really made a mistake. As long as he steps away, he's been pretty good. So, birthday boy Barry looked doing the ownership of him today, so it'll be a lovely birthday present for him and a good comeback present for me too.
Yeah, a good group of owners in this one. The Crown Jewels, of course, Steve Clark, the Greyhound Guru. He's got a share in this one along with Donna Chisholm. Of course, Barry Lichter turns 50 today too, so happy birthday to you, Barry. And of course, they've got another runner in later in the program. In the feature today, the pre-post favourite in Jet Black Shadow. My number's in the first. I'm with the Crown Jewels on top. I thought the main danger was running number 7, Angus Fogg here. I thought he was very good last start. He's a big bloke. Have a look at him there. Big son of Angus Hall. He's just taken a bit of time. This one owned partly by Lincoln Farms. Derek Ball in the cart, and he only got caught late by Le Monde at Alexandra Park last start. What I liked about him was he trotted away real quick. If he did that today from the unruly and finds the front, he was $8 this morning. He's into around about the $6.50 quote now. I thought number 7, Angus Fogg, $7.50 as I talk, was the main danger. 6 to beat 7. Then horses from the inside. 1, Mr. Natural, who does things right. Todd McFarlane, he was $2.60. Well, he's shopping $4.30 the tote at the moment, so that's better shopping if you're going with Mr. Natural. And Primus into Paris. Got lost at Stratford on the grass, but best part of the race was the last 200 metres. Man, did he get home well. Son of Dr. Ronora for an inform Sean McCaffrey and Ross Painter stable, and Sean takes the drive. So for me, it's 6, 7, 1 and 2 in the first. Aaron's numbers in the first, 6, 1, 2 and 7. Very good afternoon to you, Aaron White, on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Looking forward to the feature today, the Franklin Country Cup.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Craig. Afternoon, everybody. Looking forward to the 9 race card here. Yes, a very good field in that Franklin Country Cup today at 2 minutes after 3. So we look forward to our feature race. In the first, the Crown Jewels. I'll stick with the Santa Pegasus bird, Nicky Chilcott. Good to see Nicky back in the sulky here this afternoon as well. Mr. Natural does everything right. Always a chance in a race like this. Todd McFarlane. 2, Primus into Paris. Well in the mix for Sean McCaffrey after that second down at Stratford resuming. And a 7, Angus Fogg, starting to get his head around the square gating caper. Can certainly make his presence felt this afternoon. He's at 7 and $2.80. 6, 1, 2 and 7 here for me this afternoon, Craig. I did make my best bet of the day in race number 8, number 3, Daikiri. I think he might be a class above those in the 8th on the card.
Yeah, one of Zach Butcher's good drives, as I say, Aaron. He's a predominantly short favourite in that Stonewall Stud Drivers' Challenge, and only the 2 options there, him or the rest. Yeah, Nicky Chilcott, yeah, she's back driving, first day back driving for around about, I think, 2.5 months. Of course, she injured that bicep again at Rotorua over that Christmas period and gets back in the cart for the first day today, so good luck to her. Of course, New Zealand's leading female driver. She closes off at $2.80 on the Crown Jewels. Money coming from Mr. Natural at $3.30. Other horses in the market, Primus into Paris at $4.50, and Angus Fogg backed in now into $5.40 on the tote. You can still get $7.50 on the fixed odds. Good luck with the investment. Favourite star in the tangerine colours with the white stars from the unruly. Here's Aaron's White's call on race number 1.
Yeah, thank you. And the square gators face up to starter Frank Phelan. The 2 horses on the unruly, the Crown Jewels and Angus Fogg, come up. So we're set and ready. The first of 9 this afternoon out of Alexandra Park for the Franklin Country Cup meeting. And they're underway. They're all down and trotting in the early stages here. Mr. Natural shows up first from Iowa Catherine. Back on the inside, Primus into Pari. Amanda Spur, the first one to go off stride, losing its chance with that early gallop as Angus Fogg starts to trot forward with purpose, but wide up the track as I work the stables corner first time. Then Gotta Go Twinkle, they're followed by the Crown Jewels. He'll settle second last, and the last of the winning chances, and further away now to Amanda's Spur. 1800 left to go. Mr. Natural, Todd McFarlane leads a length and a half over Iowa Catherine. Angus Fogg continues to move forward with purpose up on the outside for Derek Ball. The Crown Jewels and Mickey Chilcott. Cowardly 1-1, soon to be sitting parked as Angus Fogg's about to stride on to the lead. Primus into Pari is the next, and 2 lengths Gotta Go Twinkle. In the margin away, Amanda's Spur. 50.8 was the lead time. As Angus Fogg, the son of Angus Hall, brings him off the back and working the showground's turn a length over the race favourite, the Crown Jewels. Mr. Natural now a lovely run in the trail, and Primus into Pari into the 1-1 for Sean McCaffrey. Iowa Catherine 3 back along the marker line, and Gotta Go Twinkle and Peter Ferguson a length off that, and a margin away to Amanda's Spur after that early gallop out of contention. Through the lane they come, 1200 out, and 32 seconds even was the opening quarter. Angus Fogg leads the Crown Jewels, sitting quite comfortably second on the outside. Mr. Natural third and trailing. Primus into Pari in the 1-1. And Iowa Catherine 3 back on the inside for Dale Moore as they receive the bell, and then Gotta Go Twinkle on the stables corner their final time. Angus Fogg leads the Crown Jewels. The son of Pegasus Spur sits a length away to its wheel, and back on the inside Mr. Natural. Primus into Pari 1-1 around Iowa Catherine, and Gotta Go Twinkle second quarter 32. So into the back straight they go, and this the McGowan Racing Stables trot to open the afternoon's action out of the park, and it's Angus Fogg leading by 3/4 over the Crown Jewels, and back on the inside Mr. Natural. Primus into Pari 1-1. Iowa Catherine still tucked away 3 back on the marker line, and Gotta Go Twinkle 4 lengths off the lead as they come off the back. 450 left to go. There's still Angus Fogg keeping up a nice pace in front. The Crown Jewels getting close to the outside. Back straight quarter 29.8. Primus into Pari just edges past Mr. Natural. Gotta Go Twinkle looking to get to the outside. Further back Iowa Catherine homeward bound. Angus Fogg leads from the Crown Jewels 2 lengths Mr. Natural. Primus into Pari and Gotta Go Twinkle. The Crown Jewels 120 left to go. Goes for home, opens up by 3. Primus into Pari. Gotta Go Twinkle flashing late. In front is the Crown Jewels. The Crown Jewels, happy birthday to you, Barry. Looked up 52, so great win on a great milestone. Second Gotta Go Twinkle, Primus into Pari for third. They were followed by Angus Fogg, and then came Mr. Natural. Further back was Iowa Catherine and Amanda's Spur to be the last, and 254.8, 30.1 was the final quarter. The Crown Jewel secures his first victory at start 13 today. Son of Pegasus Spur, so another individual winner for Pegasus Spur. Gotta Go Twinkle works home strongly to get second in front of Primus into Pari. And in for fourth will be Angus Fogg and the McGowan Racing Stables trot to open the action.
Official placings, race 1, the McGowan Racing Stables trot. 642-713. 642-713. Horse 6, the Crown Jewels, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in 254.76, a mile rate of 27.8. Last 859.9 to 430.1. The margins 3/4 of a length, a half length, 1 length. 642-713, race 1, McGowan Racing Stables trot.
First call of the afternoon from Judge Graham McLennan goes the way of the Crown Jewels. Pegasus Spur Brown, 4-year-old gelding out of Landora's Image. Raced by birthday boy Barry Lichter along with Donna Chisholm, Jay Turan, Steve Clark, D.G. Lichter, Gordon Ferris along with Judy Burkett. P.H. Taylor, congratulations to you. First win at start number 13 for the Crown Jewels. Back at the head of the field, Dave McGowan down there for the McGowan Racing Stables, part of the victory celebrations with the race day steward, Paul Lowther of the Auckland Trotting Club. The Crown Jewels, led by Barry Lichter, Donna Chisholm, AC and G Chisholm, and a nice win to open the day's entertainment. Number 4, we've got to go Twinkle for second, got to go Collect, Perfect Star, 5-year-old Bohemia, Mrs. B.A. O'Brien along with Mrs. L.P. Hopkins and R.W. O'Brien, the owners, Ken Safont, trained at Cuneo, Peter Ferguson. And in for third, 2, Primus Inter Paris, Dr. Ronald Brown, 5-year-old Gelding out of Tesley Lure, raised by K.A. McGrath and Mrs. M.A. Barker. Sean McCaffrey and Ross Painter prepared it to Cambridge, and Sean McCaffrey doing the driving. Totes in the first, number 6, the Crown Jewels, $2.40 the win and $1.60 the place, $2.40, $1.60, 4 got to go Twinkle, $4 even, $4, and 2 Primus Inter Paris, no third. Dividend Quinella, $12.50, $12.50. Trifecta, $66.10, $66.10, and the opening first 4, $351 even, $351 even. The second on the card this afternoon opens a double and also the yearly quaddie, the Garage Horse and Hound Mobile Pace, 2,200 metres. Scratch 5, he's Novak, and 7 a quick one. No third dividend available in the second, time to go at 12.42.
One. Davey, I suggest that if you were going to look at an anchor for this quaddie, that it would be Corborn Patty. The bookies have it at $1.60. It's in leg number 3, race 4 today, the Added Energy C0. And it's one that I think might just fly through the grades.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, if there is an anchor, it's definitely Corborn Patty. The second leg's pretty tough. You're going to need a few in that, and that last leg. But Magic might be an anchor. No, he probably wouldn't be. You'd want to put Wally Baxter in that as well, I think. And yeah, those two maybe in the last leg. Yeah, Corborn Patty looks an anchor. Yeah, unlike you, I don't like anchoring one in the first leg either. It's too much heartbreak, isn't it? You get nailed that first leg, but it does look good, Southern Affair. It should really be winning this, to be fair. Devilskin can be a threat. It goes good on his track, Devilskin. Track stats are pretty good around that. It's not the worst. If you're looking for something to back up the 80 here, it's had 9 starts, 6 placings and 1 win. It's only 1 turn its life. It's from one of them around here, so I think that would need to go on the ticket. Freckle Fly from the 1 alley. He'd probably need that as well on that hard and faster number 2, so yeah, I'd go in 7, 1, 2, put all 4 on. The next one's tricky. There's a few of them today. They're just really, really even fields. The favourite took out the first, but not without a little bit of a flutter. heart-wise, because Adelaide clearly nailed it early, but it was just too good in the run home, and Adelaide made the mistake of running wide on the bend. That's the thing that Corborn Paddy might come to grips with, that same problem. It seems to happen first look around this track. First couple of looks around, they just don't handle that bend all that well, because it just keeps on going and they drift wide. That's what the five dog did in the first and left the gate open for the inside runner to nail it. Southern Affair though, it's going to be up there anyway. Normally jumps okay too, and yeah, it does look the one here. I don't mind Devil Skin though, it can get a wee piece of this as well. It's around about the $10 mark, big money. Hard and Fast has got solid support. It's around about $5. Fickle Flyer from the insides at 7s. Ugly Scrooge and another Vespa both at the $14 mark. His Nibs is not fancied either, it's at 16s. And 8's for No Tinkerbell, bit of support for that. Yeah, it's run 3 very good races, No Tinkerbell. The problem is 11 starts here and only 2 minor placings, but I guess statistics are there to be busted, aren't they? But they don't often get busted on this place. So Southern missed Roy Hamilton, the trainer. Got a nice bunch of dogs, hasn't he? Fourth in the first with Southern Affair, and of course Southern Lights, his star runner. Moving to the leads for the Esco Park Hotel Sprint. Fickle Flyer Hard and Fast at the inside 2. Southern Affair over on the outside will start the race favourite. It's been that way right from openings on the total, $2.50, $1.20. Devil Skin, his Nibs, it's inside. Yellow Buggers on No Tinkerbell, another Vespa from the 4 with Ugly Scrooge, Hard and Faster, and Fickle Flyer's already on to another 1 box. First line have gone forward. And goes Hard and Faster. As Nibs goes in, Southern Affair on the outside will start the favourite. Devil Skin is out with it. They're all locked away. Lucky's about to roll. Fickle Flyer the inside. Hard and Faster beside it than Ugly Scrooge. Lucky's closing. Fickle Flyer the inside early. We're set. Racing. Fickle Flyer missed it a bit out. Best is Hard and Faster straight to the top. Southern Affair gives chase on the outside. Then Ugly Scrooge, another Vespa. Moving up to that, his Nibs on the outside. Back behind those to No Tinkerbell. And out the back door is another Vespa. They turn the corner for home, and Hard and Faster's off and gone here. Down towards the line, Hard and Faster is going to beat Fickle Flyer by a decent old margin. No Tinkerbell is into third, then comes Southern Affair. Beside that was another Vespa, just on the outside of that too. Devil Skin was well back, and back there with it was Ugly Scrooge. Hard and Faster, number 2, made no bones about this, absolutely bolted in. It's clearly the best to begin. Fickle Flyer missed it, and it's bolted in. Hard and Faster. And the 8 was running second, but just disappeared back through the traffic. Fickle Flyer is going to run home next, but this has been very easy here. And it bolts in. Hard and Faster beats Fickle Flyer, and No Tinkerbell is going to get up and grab the third spot, but the margins are huge. Probably 5 lengths in 6. And the fourth one over is Southern Affair. Well, it didn't really go to plan, did it? Not good at all. But the winner here is the 2. It was the second favourite, around about the $4 mark, so the damage will be slight. If you added it on the ticket, you'll be home and hose in the first leg. The next one's a tricky little affair. Ryan, the third. Yeah, I like a bit of a roughie here, like no, bro. Anyway, we'll find out. We go. Race 3 at 12:49.
It's a bit of late money for that too, Dave. A couple of punters have got up early here with Hard and Faster, win 5 start 27 at the second look at the track, but it was crunched into $4.40 and $1.40. Fickle Flyer 180, No Tinkerbell 250, and it won well too, Hard and Faster. Quinella $10.30 pays on 1 and 2. Trifecta $103.30 on 2, 1 and 5. And the first 4, $247.70 on 2, 1, 5 and 8. That wraps your second. First leg of the quaddie to the 2, Hard and Faster. The Southland Dash, Dave, as you mentioned, is a tough second leg to this quaddie. No last start winners in the field, but having said that, 6 of the 8 of them have finished between 4th and 2nd at their last 2 starts. So it's a tricky one. Homebush Slinkies started as the favourite. Was sent out $2.70 last start and ran second behind Botany Zenvo. and is going to be a favourite here with the bookies. But No Bow currently off the inside. 2 runs from box 1 for 2 placings. This one to go 12.49. Stick around, 9 minutes out from the second at Alexandra Park, and Craig DeWild Thompson to preview the quaddie after this.
Yeah, welcome back to Alexandra Park. We're around about 6 minutes out from race number 2. It'll start off our quaddie here for the C1 Paces. Small field here, but they've changed the market around a little bit in race number 2. We've got Bet Out of Al is the tote favourite, and Ideal Eagle is the book favourite. $1.90, $2.90 Ideal Eagle versus $2.30 the book and $2.60 the tote. Bet Out of Al. I think it's a race in 2 here. The key to the race will be the start, because Bet Out of Al's not that quick off the gate, but if it's good enough to hold up and possibly trail Ideal Eagle, I think in the trail would be the place to be here. Very good at Cambridge, sprinting a quick quarter to win there. Ideal Eagle's coming off, of course, placing at Alexandra Park 2 starts ago behind Shandale, ran 4th to Appassionato after being 3 back on the fence. For me, I think it's a race in 2, but if I had to go short, I'd go 1. 1 and 4 if you want to be live. If you just want to go short, the 1 horse. Dangers, 6 Stream to Share, and 2 Turnbulls in the first leg of today's quaddie. Second leg of the quaddie over the 2,200 metres for the trotters here, and I do like St. Michael. Very good at Alexandra Park. 2 starts to go behind Le Monde, and then last start was in behind Cyclone Chief. Of course, they went 2.48 that day. This horse wasn't far away, only a length and a half from the winner. I thought the Brett Mangos trained 8 St. Michael can take out race number 3. The dangers, Princess McKendon, because short distance suits Zach Butcher. One of many chances he has on the day. Sonny's Little Whiz was quite good last start. That was in behind Bobby Breen. They tried at 3.28, so that's a good time. And Ventimiglia, short distance horse. Lynn Neal takes the drive. 8, 7, 1 and 3 for race number 3. Race number 4 is for the maidens here. Probably the best value on the day for me when the fixed odds open this morning was Emancipation at the 7.50. Lovely type this. Mark Burley's never got a big team around him, but he does a good job with what he's got. This one comes up with a plum draw barrier 1. She's got a bit of speed. $8 or $7.50 into $5.50. $6 on the tote. 1 Emancipation you will need. The dangers on its back, Kira Kid. This one for Gareth Dixon. Andrew Bent takes the drive. Runner number 11, it's going to be better. Opened at $2.60 this morning. You're getting far better shopping on the tote. I'd be surprised if it gets down to that $2.60 on the book and 5 Neon Sky. So 1, 9, 11 and 5. And a leg that I do think is open to an upset, the maiden, race number 4. Race number 5 is for the trotters here. Of course, we've got the old boy here, Moment of Truth going around here. Of course, he won his first race, looking back in his book of starts back in 2006. So he won a race 10 years ago, and he's going around here chasing his 28th win today. Quite a marble Moment of Truth, and you can claim him. He's a $6,000 claimer. Peter Ferguson takes the drive. His main danger will be Katie Hall. Horse good enough to race Scary McCleary, Paramount Star. He's been in some good fields. Big drop back to a Tuesday for Katie Hall. Chosen Path, he's a chance in this race, got a small share in him. He won at big money last start. No power, speed. I thought it's been racing. We'll catch up with Todd Mitchell prior to race number 5, get his thoughts about the trot. 8, 10, 9 and 6 for me in the trot. Here's a suggested quaddie for you. 1 and 4 in the first leg, 7 and 8 in the trot, 1, 5, 9 and 11 in the maiden. In the second trot, 6, 8, 9 and 10. $64 for a full unit. If you've only got a smaller spend, maybe $32 we'll get you half of the early quaddie here for race number 2. Horses are on the track for the second 2200 metre race for the Class 1 Pacers. Earlier in the afternoon, I caught up with Anna Donnelly, and she trains runner number 1. Anna, thanks for your time. Let's talk about your run in race number 2, Bit Out of L. Gets barrier 1, coming off a very good win at Cambridge. He looks very green, but he looks very promising.
Yeah, he does. He took a wee while for the penny to drop, but each time he's raced, he's got better and better. So right-handed today, I don't think should be a problem. Just hope he can hold up enough out the gate to keep handy.
That's what I was going to ask you. He's drawn inside draws in his last 2, and you've really taken the cautious approach and got him through the first 400 metres. Can he use that inside draw if he needs to use it?
He got a bad fright at the workouts and one day, and it's just sort of taken a wee while to get his confidence back out the gate. But he is getting better each time, so I think he should be able to try and hold his own.
What's your opinion of him? I mean, you've had some nice horses coming through in the last 12 months. Obviously, Ideal Success is an Aussie at the moment, but where does he rank about horses in your stable? Is he going to be a horse that'll win 3 or 4 races?
I'd like to think so. Like a wee while ago, I probably didn't think a lot of the horse until he really got fit, and he trolled up really well before he had his first race. And his first 2 races have really surprised me. Typical better still out, I suppose. So yeah, he definitely rates highly.
In the main race today, the Franklin Cup, you've got 2 runners in there. Let's talk about No Way Else. What did you make of its last start run?
Last start wasn't quite so good, but the start before that he ran a good third. He did a bit of work in front at Palmy, and he stuck on quite well. He's been a bit disappointing this time in. Last time in he was racing really well, and yeah, it's going to be tough for him today, but it's just that grade he's in, so maybe follow him next week at Cambridge.
Hoodie Haxwell, is he in the same category? He's been racing quite good, but he's in that grade it's tough to win.
Very tough to win, and he's still racing very well and running really good times, but it's just not good enough at the moment. So, they're both very well, so if they're running on, I think they're definitely worth following your money next week.
So there's Anna Donnelly's thoughts on her runners today, Bit Out of L in race number 2, and of course she's got 2 in the Franklin Cup, a race that she won last year with Ideal Success, and just on him, he's 2 from 2 in Australia at the moment. And she was telling me off camera that he won a $30,000 race the other day on a 750 metre track in Aussie and paced, I think, 154. So just shows you he was up in the grades here, but he's been well placed over there and doing a good job for the connections. Ideal Success. Of course, he was an open class pacer in the North Island, the winner of last year's Franklin Country's Cup, which was over 2 miles, over 2,700 metres today. For me, 1 to beat 4. Dream to Share, Frank Cooney, Tate Hopkins. Their stable going well. Of course, they've sold a few in the last month or so. LeBron won last week that's going to Perth. Dream to Share. He's won 3. One of them was a dead heat. 2 starts ago, he won on the grass at Tauranga. And, of course, last start he was behind Max Factor in that 2:39 at Cambridge. Interesting draw for him because he's out wide. There's no second row. He's probably going to poke off the gate and just see if he can get across, and more than likely Morris will take the cautious approach and duck him behind them. Shouldn't settle more than 3 or 4 lengths off them in a small field with only 6 runners in race number 2. And runner number 2, Turnbulls. This one trained by Lynn and Andrew Neil. Kyle Marshall drives a bit for Lynn and Andrew and had the 8 starts, has won a race. He raced at Manawatu behind Franco Lennox. What he's got in his favour, punters, is there is no second row. So worst spot he should be is in the trail here. Turnbulls. If the 1 leads, he'll be on its back. If Ideal Eagle gets across the 1, he's 3 back on the fence. So he'll take the short approach and the short way home. $18.650 a place. Now, what does it come to you for the first leg of the quaddie tonight? The Garrard's Horse and Hound. Mobile pace over the 2,200 metres. Your numbers in the second, 1, 4, 7 and 6.
Yeah, I did stick with Bit Out of L. I thought his debut second was very good, and behind that good 2-year-old, the Lone Ranger, then backed it up with a strong win there at Cambridge on the 11th of February. So from the draw, Philip Butcher, Anna Donnelly, 4 Ideal Eagle, took on some handy runs, of course, in the Graduate last time. That was in behind Appassionato, was a very good second, and behind Shandale 2 starts ago. Any form around Shandale is good form. Certainly will take a power of beating. We'll put in the 6 Dream to Share and 2 Turnbulls there for a combination bet. But I think it'll be between the 1 and the 4 here, Craig, but I'll just stick with the 1, Bit Out of L.
Yeah, the key to the race, Aaron, is the start here. If Bit Out of Hell can hold up from barrier 1, good enough to trail and sit on the favourite's back, I think he can beat him up the run or beat her up the run home. If he doesn't get out of the gate good enough and gets crossed by Turnbulls or runner number 3, ends up 3 back on the fence, the dynamics of the race will change completely. And beyond the mobile for race number 2, of course, first taken out by the favourite. It took 9 races here at Alexandra Park to get a favourite home on Friday night. We're 1 out of 1 on a Tuesday afternoon. Let's get to the voice of the North, Aaron White, with his call on race number 2.
Again, the runners for the second, the first leg of the early quaddie, and you open the first of our doubles here too. Just a half a dozen runners. 220 about Ideal Legal, 260 number 1 bit out of L. Down they come, 2 1/4 laps, so green light flashes, they're off and racing. Bit out of L with good enough gate speed, but here they come across now. Dream to Share and Ideal Legal. Dream to Share will get down to the mark as Ideal Legal will take the trail, and out wide a Sam Park Senator's now been left parked. As they turn onto the stables corner, Bit out of L will settle down in 4th. They're followed by Turnbulls, and back last is Tai Chi. 1,850 left to go, and Dream to Share, the Kenneth J 3-year-old. Morris McKendry doing the driving, leads over the favourite Ideal Legal. The filly by American Ideal's got that lovely drag in the trail for Zach Butcher, and Sam Park Senators obliged to sit park with Bit out of L 3 back on the inside. Tai Chi takes up the 1-1, the Santana Blue Chip mare with Jabbernathi aboard, and Turnbull's back last with Kyle Marshall. 43.7 was the lead time, and Dream to Share to the end of the back straight, 1,500 metres left to pace. Leads a length and a quarter Ideal Legal with the nice drag in the trail, and Sam Park Senator Scott Phelan doing it tough out park. And the 1-1 is Tai Chi, Bit out of L, 3 back on the inside, Philip Butcher just shaking up, Bit out of L, 3 back on the marker line. He's having his first look at the park, he's having a good gawk around 2. And Turnbulls is back last as they swing into the lane. They've got 1,200 metres left to go in the garage horse and town mobile. And 31-5 was the opening quarter, where the leader Dream to Share leads by a length and a quarter over Sam Park Senator sitting second and parked, and Ideal Legal in the trail at the bell. Tai Chi in the 1-1. They're followed by Bit out of L on the stables corner. Their final time works away from the markers to get onto the back of Tai Chi, and Turnbulls will take that run back on the marker line. So they head out to the 850 metres, and Dream to Share has been in front every step of the way thus far, and cuts out the second quarter in 31.4, leading by just over a length over Sam Park Senator, Ideal Legal. Tai Chi, Turnbull's back on the inside, and Bit out of L is back last of the half a dozen and 5 lengths off the leader, 600 metres left to run. Dream to Share and the Magic Man, Morris McKendry from Sam Park Senator, Ideal Legal. Tai Chi in the 1-1. Turnbull's the gelding boy, got to go collect 3 back on the inside out of Bit out of L takes off around runners strongly out 3 wide. Around to the 400, third quarter in 30 seconds neat. Dream to Share leads, Bit out of L's right up there now. Ideal Legal waiting the passing lane, just dropping off Sam Park Senator, Tai Chi, and Turnbull's homeward bound. Dream to Share, Bit out of L. Ideal Legal runs on the passing lane now, then Tai Chi and Turnbull's. Dream to Share, Bit out of L. Ideal Legal with the passing lane, Bit out of L strides onto the lead. Dream to Share, Ideal Legal can't get them at this stage, and Bit out of L, the son of Better's Delight, continues on his winning way. Scores well. Second, Dream to Share. Photo third. Turnbulls might have beaten home the favourite, Ideal Legal. They were followed by Tai Chi and Sam Park Senator, 245.3 with a final quarter of 28.5. Well, he had a good gawk and balk around his first look at Alexandra Park. Bit out of L. Philip Butcher set him loose at the 500 metre mark. And he's done it in pretty good fashion too. That's when 2 at start number 3. Gets the job done nicely over Dream to Share. Bulls will get up for third in front of Ideal Legal, and Tai Chi to be the 4th in the garage horse and hound mobile pace.
Official placings, race 2, the guards horse and hound mobile pace. 162,438. 162,438. Horse 1, Bit out of L, pace the 2,200 metres in 245.28. Mile 8 of 2 minutes, 0.9. Last 858.6 and 428.5. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, a neck, a half neck. 162 438. Race 2, the Gads Horse and Hound Mobile Pace.
Nice progressive type by Bidder's Delight, bid out of Al back at the head of the field. D.V. McGill, K.A. Malone, Van der Zant along with T. Brennan, the owners, Anna Donnelly, the trainer out of Cambridge, and Philip Butcher doing the driving. D.V. McGill and T.A. Hanson, the breeders of the Bidder's Delight. Mary Rose, 3-year-old Brown Gelding back at the head of the field. Jenny Hughes down there for Garrard's Horse and Hound. Mary Goldsworthy, your race day steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, also in attendance. 6 Dream to Share, Kenneth J. Here the cheers, 3-year-old Bay Gelding for second. Ray along with Mrs. J.E. Dempsey, along with W.H. Outram, P.J. Haslam, A.M. Rooks and Mrs. F.C. Rooks, the owners. Frank Cooney and Tate Hopkins trained at Taupaki, Morris McKendry. And in for third was 2 Turnbulls, got to go collect 3-year-old Bay Gelding out of Highlands, raised by Mrs. K.M. Yardley, along with Mrs. L.M. Neal. And Lynn Neal trained out of Cambridge, and Kyle Marshall. 1 bet out of L, 271.40, 271.40, 6 Dream to Share, $2.30, 2.30, 2 Turnbulls, no third. Quinella, $5.50, 5.50, Trifecta, $42.60, 42.60. And the first 4, $57.30, 57.30. Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day, Saturday the 19th of March. Trot over the 2,200 metres is the third on the card today. And the early favourite is Sonny's Little Wiz, number 1 at 3 and 2.60. We race at 12 minutes after 1.
Speeding 3 and 2.
Righto, what happened to that race? The one in the 8th, they looked like they were going to fight it out, and then another Joni. That was a massive run. Look where it was at the top of the back straight there. Huge, 6.72, 10 Humber Slinky, $1.50. And Regalan another good run too, $1.80, 3 and 6, 11.30, 6, 3, 2, 1, 68.50. First 4, $1,071.10, and a carry for $257. Double 19.90, concession 7.40, and the treble 1, 2, and 6 on the first 3 today, $57.30. Market for the fourth, the added energy over the 457 C0. Corborn Paddy, very, very good the other day, and they absolutely smashed it, and they got the chocolates, 160 and $1.10 there for Corborn Patty. Mimi will have anchored this in their quaddy. We'll see how it goes in 12 minutes' time.
Almost set. Let's bring it on. Gates open, they're off. And the BMW New Zealand Derby. Get that jive from the inside, one of the first away. Going forward, Ragu. Predator's right there as well, and so is Rangipo up on the speed with Prodigal Son. Out widest of all here is Son of Ma. Settling just in behind the leaders next is What's the Story, followed out by the Hassler. Over on the inside is Splendido from Capella. Further back in the field here next is Gobstopper. Out deeper is Piece of Kate. Valley Girl, she's going to settle down back about sixth last here, followed by Brighton. Then came on Sweet Thunder down under. Humidor and Tabago was last of all. Splendido's looked as though a win and miss, but it's carved up half the field, going up the rise, leaving the straight. And Gobstopper got a gobful really. It copped one and went right back to the field. So as they work out of the straight in the Derby and they head out to the 1600 metres, and Son of Ma took it up. Got away to lead by 4 lengths from Ragu. Get that jive, box eating on the inside of Rangipo. 2 lengths away next then was Prodigal Son, followed by Predator. At the 1400 metres you have to go 3 lengths away the Hassler. 2.5 away then What's the Story, followed by Piece of Kate. Then Capella. Valley Girl is back a little worse in midfield. 2 lengths away Splendido, with them also Brighton and On Sweet. Then came Humidor, followed by Thunder down under. Tabago and Gobstopper is last in the Derby. They work up on top of the rise towards the 1,000 metres mark they go, and they're spread out over 20 lengths. And the leader is Son of Ma, leads by 2 lengths the Southerner. Ragu and Mickey Walker in second spot. Get that jive, couldn't have dreamt for a better trip. It's lying third on the inside of Rangipo. He's right there tracking his stablemate. 1.5 away at the 800 metres then is Prodigal Son, followed by Predator. The Hassler's looking to improve from Capella. What's the Story locked away on the inside, followed then by Piece of Kate. Valley Girl patiently ridden as they start to bunch up now, 600 to go. Then Brighton, followed by Splendido. Thunder down under. On Sweet, Tabago, Humidor and Gobstoppers last. The field for the BMW New Zealand Derby. They turn for home at the 400 metres, and it's Ragu the leader, and he leads by a length and a half here from Get That Jive. 2 lengths away Rangipo, 3 lengths away Valley Girls looking to run on. Ragu in front, Rangipo's coming after him, the stablemate. Then Get That Jive, What's the Story, Valley Girl and Capella. It's the Pike stablemates, and on the outside Rangipo. Look at What's the Story flashing at them later on the inside. Oh, gee, I think Rangipo, it's very close with What's the Story, and right with them also Capella, and a thrilling finish to the Derby. Right there also Ragu, Valley Girl, Brighton, Tabago, and behind those next then as they went across the line would have been Predator. With those as well was the Hassler, Humidor, back behind those Humidor, followed by Piece of Kate. Then Splendido, if I didn't call it earlier. Back towards the tail was Thunder down under, On Sweet, Gobstopper, Prodigal Son. Get That Jive is finished a lot closer than when I've called it across the line. And Son of Ma, back near the tail. Who is it? Is it Rangipo or What's the Story on the inside? I think he's done it. Getting the nods. Heads up next door. Rangipo's won the Derby. He's done it. He took no prisoners, Rangipo. Look at What's the Story. It's made up 5 lengths in the last 200 metres. Rangipo went out after the stablemate Ragu. It looked like a Tony Pike Quinella in the Derby. And then What's the Story is absolutely flying along the inside as they go towards the post. Rangipo, he only just gets there. What's the Story's had a decent lunge late at the line. Rangipo, they're saying. Rangipo to win the BMW New Zealand Derby from What's the Story, Ragu. And then is that Valley Girl out wide on the track. Great finish in the Derby.
Unbelievable, Vinny. 6 derbies. No other jockey in the country's managed to get that sort of a feat. Look, talk us through the run. It looked like you had a beautiful trip.
Yes, first of all, the boy from Mingataha, Rotorua, NGO, Turka. Look, I got a beautiful run. Had to use a little bit of gas early, but I knew I had to do that to end up where I wanted to be. But he's a little legend. The minute I got positive, he switched off and just travelled up huge the whole way. I got a little bit off the ball, turning for home. I was a bit worried, but he showed his determination to win.
Did you think you had it because they were coming at you from all directions?
Absolutely not. I felt the pressure from both sides. Horses inside me, horses outside me. But this horse just don't do that. They come at him and he just keeps going.
Are you going to let the other riders out here know your secret? How have you done it? How have you won this race 6 times?
I guess I've just been lucky, really.
I'm pretty sure it's got more than luck to do with. But I know that Tony Pike will be standing by, and he's had, a tough week, so I'm sure he's pretty stoked with the result here.
But when you get a result like this, Tony, you've run a couple of placings today, you've finally got your New Zealand Derby. How does that feel?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's not an easy race to get to. The attrition rate can be quite big, as I found out, provocative. But these two, take nothing away from Ragu either. They're just two very brave racehorses. They hit the front a long way from home, and neither of them lie down. A really tight finish again, reminiscent of their last 3 starts.
Your mum and dad here, they've been such a big part of your career. How special is it to do it with them here?
Oh, look, it's great. They take a huge interest in the stables and race a lot of horses themselves as well. So just a special moment to win a New Zealand Derby. I've won a few placings, but just really proud of both horses. They're just tough, genuine horses, and really being a part of this 10th start today just keeps winning. It's quite amazing.
Both horses given peaches a ride by your jockeys. Coming to the turn, you must have been giggling.
Yeah, look, they both rode them super. Sanamar was a surprise leader in the race, but I said to Mickey, if something precious, you make sure you hand up and don't try and hold the front. And look, Vinny sort of was stuck a bit 3 deep going over the straight, but he used his head and got across and got some nice cover, and couldn't be happy with both rides.
When will we see these horses again, Tony?
Oh, look, I don't know. We'll get them home and see how they pull up. They've been up a hell of a long time, so I think Sydney's out of the equation. But we'll just get home and see Sit Enjoy today and work it out from there.
Okay, you've had many big wins. How does the Derby rate in your career?
Oh, look, it's probably going to rate right up there. It's so hard to get here with fit and healthy horses that almost run the Quinella has been a great result.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Tony Pike.
Thanks, Aidan.
Outstanding win there from Rangipo, and just thanking that form. Waikato Guinea's such a key lead-up race. Seen so many winners in recent years do the Waikato Guineas New Zealand Derby double, and of course the Avondale Guineas was thrown in there too for Rangipo. He never won those races by a heap, but he is tough as they come. And Finney Colgan with Derby number 6, and Tony Pike, he could just steal this Auckland Cup Carnival. If So Could Master runs up to expectations this weekend, then it could be a sensational week or so for one T Pike, and good luck to him too. I think it's a real live chance. Auckland Cup for Greyhounds, Dinah Vickers. What a performance on Sunday. It was almost screw your tickets up along the back straight, but I guess you can never screw your tickets up with that boy. He was outstanding. So that man Craig Roberts, who trains the favourite here, spoke to Craig today in regards to Corborn Paddy. Just thinks that the trip down here today will certainly be good for him. And still a bit of a baby, but gee, did he win well here. Just got out of the boxes over the 5:20 and raced away with it, Corborn Paddy in the black and white. And, the money was right on this day too. It was very, very short. And it's just done it really nicely. And if it can ping away again today, we'll need 2 from 1, then it'll be right in the finish. Here it is, taking out race number 1 in its career.
Kept going here, it's well clear. Gold Star Dallas running on, but up they come. Courtland Paddy will beat Gold Star Dallas. They're followed by a Power of Faith third. Down on the inside.
Yeah, look, spoke to Craig and he said, look, unless the dog gets lost on the track down there, should be a pretty good chance in this one. $1.60, $1.90 and $1.50. And after watching that performance, Dave, it's hard not to have it. Look, if I had to look elsewhere and look for one, then I'd be looking with the only other greyhound that's actually got a win on the board, and that's Barcia Express, who won last start at Addington. But for me, Corborn Paddy, the one they have to beat.
Yeah, you're right. Looks like a puppy with a motor, doesn't it, Corborn Paddy? Yeah, Craig's right. The track's the only really thing that can beat it, actually, is the big sweeping bend, which just, I guess, to a greyhound just keeps on going, and they just tend to veer wide, but it looks like a pretty sensible sort of a dog, really. It did a decent enough job of railing around Addington, so I don't think there's a problem, is there? Looks the one, but yeah, that's just the one wee quirk about this track that they sometimes fall into. I guess it's a big wide open space to what they're used to until they get used to it. You're right about the 6th at Barcia Express. I rate that a bit too, actually. If anything untoward should go wrong with Corborn Paddy, the 6 is a play. I like a balance, and I don't mind that Gold Star Dallas either. Chased Corborn Paddy home the other day. Could do it again today too. Gold Star Dallas. 2 Gold Stars in this. Gold Star Scooter. The other goes from the 2. It's at 19s. Gold Star Dallas at 6s. And we've got her powers all over the place. Her power tops in the field. Goes from the 3 box. That's at 11s. Her power divas at 10s, and her power Libby. It's got blue rug on. That's around about $13. So the only ones that want to back the Gold Star Dallas, Barcia Express, and of course the favourite. The others are all in double figures win-wise for this. And Corborn Paddy, who's by Barcia Bale, will go from the number 1 early. And it's first look around Ascot Park in the added energy, 4:57, stepping up and trip for this, then back to the sprints for the next 2. Is about to move to the leads, Corborn Paddy and Gold Star Scooter. Power Top will go from the 3 box of Baines, the yellow rug. The Power Divas out wide, Gold Star Dallas, Barcia Express in the green shirt, and Palmer Libby's in the blue shirt. And the favourite is sniffing the air, which is still pretty breezy here. And it is just got strong a wee while ago. That wind was rocking right off us a bit. So it's pretty gusty. Isn't really let up at all. In they go. Corborn Paddy the inside. Race favourite, around about $1.50, very short. In beside it goes Gold Star Scooter. Power Top ready to go, Obeyance set. Palmer Diva and Gold Star Dallas out wide. Lucky's on the roll. Corborn Paddy from 1. Set, racing, out there's Corborn Paddy from Barcia Express, goes up on the outside, running third behind him is Gold Star Scooter, back on the inside then to Power Top, and running past that on the outside Power Libby, a little wider out was Gold Star Dallas, and back behind those then Power Divas, well back in the field, homeward bound here, and Corborn Paddy's away by 5 lengths down towards the line. Corborn Paddy is going to be Power Libby, Gold Star Dallas is third. The next to go by is Power Diva. Barcia Express is back behind those. It's going to be followed home by Obeyance, Gold Star Scooter, and a Power Top is amongst the tail enders as well. No worries. None at all. Corborn Paddy, Boltson, just ran away on the home turn. It's a nice dog, this. First look around the track and has dealt with them big time. Beats Power Libby, and Gold Star Dallas will take third money here, but they were just bashed up, really, weren't they? Nice dog, this. Did the job very nicely. Start number 1 here at Addington. First look around here. And it's done the same thing. Just out first. And too big a motor. Look at that. That's first look around this place. That's not bad, is it? Did it better than anybody else. Yeah, nice dog. Craig Roberts might have a goodie here. Corborn Paddy's absolutely bolted in, Ryan. Race 5, time to go, 1:24.
Wow, that was some win all right. 2 from 2 now for Paddy. Craig Roberts successful there in the fourth, the added energy over the 4.57. To the park, 5 minutes out, Sonny's Little Wiz should find this easier, Craig, and starts the tote favourite at this time, 270 and 230.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised on that, Ryan. I thought was okay last start. That was at Alexandra Park behind Bobby Breen. Third run back from a spell. 2,200 metres would probably suit more than the 2,700, but gee, it's not that quick away from a standing start, and there's a few here that I like better, including that horse on screen at the moment, runner number 8, St. Michel, and it did a real good prelim, Ryan. Corborn Paddy, $131, Opawa Libby, $220, and Gold Star Dallas, $230, the Quinella, $690, $36, the trifecta, 1, 4, and 7, and the first four, 1, 4, 7, and 8, $207.20. St. Michel, my top tip to win race number 3. Just on Alexandra Park, of course, fields out on HRNZ for their big night on Friday night. 5 group races and a listed race. Of course, the first of the group races Friday night starts race number 3. It's the Delightful Lady Classic Group 2 level for the 2-year-old fillies. Most of these here from last Friday night. The way the draws have panned out here, Casino Bell for Mark Purden drew barrier 1. Last week's impressive winner for Paul Court, Jewel on the Beach, drew barrier 2. The Purden Rasmussen team have 3 in it, ready to fire, draws barrier number 5. Very good on debut here, and I think we'll take a lot of improvement out of it. And their other runner, Spanish Armada, drew barrier number 8. Other chances in there. Strawberry Stride from barrier 3. What is a very good field, $80,000. Race number 3, of course. The Green Lane Cup is race 4, features One Over the Moon, back from Australia, takes on Prime Power, Scary McCleary, Paramount Dream, and Whitney. That race number 4, Group 3, Green Lane Cup. Of course, the Cardigan Bay Stakes at Group 1 level, first of our Group 1 races, race number 5. The Purden Rasmussen team here are drawn barrier 1 and 4. Pacing Major, beaten by stablemate More Than Better, gets barrier 1. Mongolian Hero, barrier 2, is a key to the race because there is no second row. So if Pacing Major leads, Mongolian Hero should get the run of the race. More the Better draws barrier 4, may go forward. Of course, very good, sitting up there, 153.9 mile rate last week. Fantastic performance, the 2-year-olds. Also in the race, Alta Intrigue, Vasari, Billy Badger, and Mitch Maguire, race number 5. We'll talk about the other features, including the Woodlands Stud, Northern Derby, at Group 1 level. Features Lazarus taking on stablemate Chase the Dream. Buster Brady and Shandale drawn out wide, barriers 7 and 8. Fields a lot better this week. I think we've got over 105 horses at the park this week. Fields a lot more in depth. Looking forward to talking about that on the box seat on Wednesday night with Greg O'Connor. Michael Guerin, 8:30 on trackside 1. Find a winner here for race number 3 though. Horse 8, St. Michel, would be my top tip. Princess McKendon, runner number 7 at $7, is clearly the best value. I'll tell you why, punters. She's quick away from a stand. She's a short distance horse. 2,200's her go. And she races on the speed. So many positives about Princess McKendon. Definitely runner number 1 is in the mix, Sonny's Little Wiz, because she's on the improve. And outside them, it's very hard to find anything else. Ventimiglia, my 4th pick, and is at a big quote of $14. Aaron White's numbers in race number 3. He's 8-1-7 and 3. 8-1-7 and 3. Aaron, you're with St. Michel as well.
Yeah, going with St. Michel was very good when runner-up 2 starts ago. That was in behind Le Monde. Le Monde will be one of the favourites come race 9 on Friday night. So he's on top. Manners will be the key though around the son of Sundon. Number 1, Sonny's Little Wiz, does perform well on Tuesday afternoon meetings here at Alexandra Park. In fact, scored back on the 22nd of December on a Tuesday afternoon for Cumu Kenny Safont, Dylan Ferguson. The 7, Princess McKendon, she's been mixing her form. She was runner-up at Rotorua 3 starts back. She galloped here 2 starts ago and then was only a length and a half off 2. He's lucky when last presented. And here's Ventimiglia, another one that has been mixing her form. Lynn Neal, quite capable of filling a minor placing here today. 8-1-7 and 3 for me.
Thank you, Aaron. Of course, on the Woodland Stud Derby, Lazarus, we haven't seen him since coming back from Australia. He was at the workouts on Saturday at Cambridge, went 2:49 home in 57 seconds. Talking to a couple of people that were on the track at Cambridge on Saturday morning to watch him work, and all the reports were good, pace good. showed no signs of any problems, and he defeated his stablemate Chase the Dream, who ran third, but had a very quiet run, risk splitting the pair. So good to see Lazarus have a workout prior to Friday night's engagement in the Woodland Stud Northern Derby, and he comes up with a good draw of barrier number 2. Let's get upstairs to Aaron White for his call on the third today. It is the Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day, which is on the 19th of March at Franklin. If you've got nothing to do on Saturday week, get out to the Trophy Day at Franklin. Favourite will start St. Michel at 250.
The contestants for the third, facing up to start at Frank Phelan, the Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day, Saturday the 19th of March trot. Come forward, the barrier strand releases now, and they're off and trotting for the 2200 metres. First out is Bert Munro, stablemate It's Now or Never's right up there in the early stages, and now piercing between those two is Ventimiglia. Lynn Neal wants the early lead and will secure it as they get onto the stables corner. There's 5 lengths away and fourth into Springfield Hugh. They're followed by Sonny's Little Whiz. Princess McKendon to her outside, then Larch trotting on the outside of Highland Star, and the race favourite St. Michel given plenty of time to find his feet. He's back last and 12 lengths off the early lead, who is Ventimiglia trotting up into the back, leading by 2.5 from It's Now or Never. 3 lengths Bert Munro, 4 lengths Springfield Hughes down on the marker line. Park now is up over on the outside as they trot down to the lead time. Princess McKendon, Sonny's Little Whiz back against the markers, 49 and 2 was the lead time. Larch is in the 1-1, then St. Michel and Highland Star and Bernie Hack at the last as they sweep across the showgrounds. Turn 1400 left to go. Ventimiglia leads. Here comes Princess McKendon though. Zach Butcher wants a play for the lead, and they'll find it as they work on to the lane back on the inside then to It's Now or Never. That leaves Larch and David Butcher out Park. Back on the inside, Bert Munro. He's now 4 back against the marker line. St. Michel getting a lovely drag into the race. 1-1, 31 and 9 the opening quarter. Springfield Hugh back on the marker line. From up on the outside, Sonny's Little Whiz, who has the helmet of the race favourite as they get the bell. The circuit to go, and 3 lengths Highland Star the last. So trotting into the final circuit. And Princess McKendon, the Sky Valley 4-year-old mare, leads a length and a half into Ventimiglia. Larch third and Park back on the inside. It's Now or Never. St. Michel 1-1 around Bert Munro. Then Sonny's Little Whiz, Springfield Hugh and Highland Star, second quarter 32. Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day, Saturday the 19th of March, trot through the back. Princess McKendon over Ventimiglia in the trail and Larch out Park. St. Michel now only 3 lengths off the lead in the 1-1, trotting around It's Now or Never. Then Sonny's Little Whiz on the back of the race favourite, 3 back in the running line around Bert Munro. The last pair, Highland Star in Springfield Hugh off the back, 450 left to go. Princess McKendon, that back straight quarter cut out in 31.1, leads narrowly over Larch. St. Michel now draws out of its 1-1 trailing spot. Ventimiglia, Sonny's Little Whiz getting to the outside. It's Now or Never, and Highland Star homeward bound. St. Michel pounces quickly now over Larch. Then Sonny's Little Whiz, It's Now or Never. There follow Princess McKendon. Ventimiglia up the passing lane, 120 to go, and St. Michel opens up strongly for Mango, and he's going to be very impressive today. St. Michel draws away. He'll win by half a dozen. Second, it's very tight. Larch will just get that. Third, particularly close between Sonny's Little Whiz and Ventimiglia. They were followed It's Now or Never. Then came Highland Star back in the field as they've trotted on by. Would have been Springfield Hugh, Bert Munro back with those, and Princess McKendon 254.6, 30.2 was the run home. He's only had a handful of starts in the North Island. St. Michel, he gets his first win since arriving north, the son of Sundon. Raced by Tim Vincent, Diane Mangos, Brent Mangos, the trainer-driver, and he's put a decent gap into them today in the Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day, Saturday the 19th of March trot. Larch will just hold second, and then it's particularly close there for third. Maybe Sonny's Little Whiz will just take that spot in the third on the card.
Official placings, race 3, the Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day on the Saturday the 19th of March trot. 891-345. 891-345. Horse 8, St. Michel, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in 254.56. Mile rate of 27.7. Last 861.3 and 430.2. The margins 5.5 lengths, a half head, a nose. 891-345, race 3, the Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day on Saturday the 19th of March trot.
So Michelle back at the head of the field, very nice victory in the Franklin Trotting Club Trophy Day, Saturday the 19th of March trot. St. Michel raced by Timmy Vincent and Mangos. Ben Mangos, the trainer driver out of Pukekohe, Sundown. Miss Cadenza, 5-year-old Bay Gilding, and proves much too strong for his rivals here on this Tuesday afternoon. Meeting was bred by Michael, and Mrs. M.M. House was at St. Michel, and that's career win 3 at start 22, his first victory since arriving north. 9 Larch for second, Sundown Tamarix, 5-year-old Bay Gilding, Mrs. G. McClymont along with N.A. McClymont, the owners. John and David Butcher trained at Cambridge. David Butcher and one Sonny's Little Riz Monarchy, Sonny Riz Bay, 5-year-old mare. R.M. Southey, Mrs. S.D. Lean, the owners. Kenny Safont trained at Cumia, and Dylan Ferguson, Paul Lowther and Karen Blanchard were down there part of the victory celebrations here for the third on the card. St. Michel number 8, $2.30 and $1.20, 231.29 Larch, $3 even, $3. 1 Sonny's Little Wiz, $1.40, $1.40. Quinella $15.80, $15.80. Trifecta $69.30, $69.30. The first 4, 285 even, $2.85. 1 and 8 in the double at $5.90, $5.90. 1-9 concession, $7.60, $7.60. And the early treble, 6, 1 and 8, $18.30, $18.30 for the numbers 6, the Crown Jewels, 1 bid out of L, and 8, St. Michel. The fourth on the card today to open a double treble and also place 6, the Caduceus Club Fillies and Mares Mobile Pace. We take out 3 Cape Black, 6 Class Major, 7 Morocco, and also 12 Sleeping Beauty come out of the fourth on the card this afternoon, and early favouritism lies with Emancipation number 1 at $2.80 and $2.20. 9 Kira Kid $4.70 and 90 cents, and 11 It's OK Being Better $5.90, $2.90. The fourth is time to go at $1.37.
Back to a track where Wrinkles goes better at 2. 10s and 290 might be the value, so back from C3 to C2 last time at Addington and sticks to C2 here. And with a lot of these greyhounds coming up in grade, then maybe that Wrinkles, a recent downgrader, might be worth looking at. 2 minutes out, Dave, and Magic Mike here for Craig Roberts will continue his winning run for punters at $3.50 and $1.20. Certainly a very good last start run and good track form too.
Yeah, he could have a good day today actually. We talked about that, when he's doing the handling. Him and I talked about that earlier on actually. He could have a pretty good day today. Logan's round in there with Magic Mike, and he's shooting for 2 on the trot. The team after Coolborn Petty sort of gave him a bit of a whipping in the previous. That Craig Roberts, my idea was to him to take a multi, but he didn't do that. Wouldn't be a bad idea though, but it's too late now for Coolborn Petty, but he could have a good day today actually, Craig Roberts. So I like this Magic Mike. You're right about that wrinkle. So I looked at that too and thought, could that dog upset them? Could it? That's the question mark. $10. It's probably worth a gold coin just in case it does, you know. But I do like the 6th one here, Magic Mike. I think the inside 2 rallies are going to be players, Wally Baxter and Hugo Flash, especially the 2. That's around about the $6 that Hugo Flash. He's a winner of 13. Gets it too early. Rand's the clear threat in this race. He's been here once before, but that was a bit of a look-see run. He's got a horror alley. Oh, well, he hasn't really because Magic Mike's beside him. But you give him a drift, it's tricky in the middle. 6-1-2-5, and then that Winkles. Yeah, Winkles is the worry dog. He's got the outside alley here. Johnny Mack's got a strong hand in this with Wally Baxter, Rand, and the outside 2, another spin, and Winkles. But Magic Mike's a little bit above average, doesn't he? You're right about the track stats. 2 wins, 3 placings, 5 goes. He's pretty at home down here. Travels well. So, nice little bunch this, all the same. We'll get into the races now where they're going to be very competitive from here on in. A lot of even lineups. This one of them. Wally Baxter, Hugo Flash down the inside. The favourite Magic Mike, 270 and around about $1. As in the green rug, Rand on the inside of it. A bit further into Road Power Express, Sketchy Steve, Hugo Flash. And Wally Baxter 1. Winkles and another spin of outside alleys. They're all locked away. JustRacing.com.au start point. Wally Baxter and Hugo Flash the inside 2. A lucky closing. Wally Baxter from 1. Racing. He's out well too. Wally Baxter has the lead after it. Sketchy Steve, Hugo Flash. A little wide about his Rand trying to get in those. Magic Mike's got back along the rail and he's starting to power up on the inside. Power Express well back, so's another spin, and back last is Wrinkles. Homeward down here, Sketchy Steve in front. Sketchy Steve's got them beat down towards the line. Sketchy Steve, Rand. It's in a photo with Magic Mike on the outside. Closing quickly on those was Wally Baxter and Hugo Flash. Right up close was another spin. Back behind those to Wrinkles, and the last to go by is Power Express and Never in the Hunt. Then I'll go here. He got sort of in traffic problems, Magic Mike. Sketchy Steve's run this though, number 3. He was one of the best out, got to the front, and they just couldn't pick it up. He did well though, Magic Mike. Snuck down on the inside. How he did that without clipping heels, I don't know. He's powered up on the inside. He's got Rand on the outside of it. A few of them closed late. Wally Baxter and Hugo Flash were both putting in runs, but they were way too late. Sketchy Steve. He's had a dive at Rand, his Magic Mike, late in the piece. He might have nailed him too. Yeah, he did. He's going to Just. So it will be second, I think, Just Magic Mike over Rand. And Hugo Flash was making up solidly right just on the inside. You can't see the yellow rug, but it's there. Sketchy Steve. Mel Grant strike here. That's the 5th. Ryan will be back with race 6-144.
Yeah, good on you, Dave. Good calling there on the greyhounds as pets.org.nz. And that will make an interesting rule pay for the quaddie. This one named after Sketchy Steve. Who that is, I don't know. Could be Steve Davis. 760, 230. Magic Mike, $1, Rand, 260. No, he's not sketchy, is he? He's a good man. 3, 6, 5, and 2. Quinella, 920. Trifecta, 96.70. And the first 4, $350.80. 1 and 3 double, 1060. 1 and 6 concession, $1.50. The quaddie, there it is. 2, 6, 1 and 3. $253.40. Wraps up the 5th there, greyhoundspets.org.nz. Got some Yonkers harness coming in. Yonkers is where we will go. And you've got Capella, number 6, as the current favourite at $2 and $1.80. Do note that Alexandra Park will be hard on the back of this. And Capella's just got to overcome this outside draw. But according to the form analysis I'm looking at here on Daily Racing Form coming out of the States, She may just be a little bit faster than these ones. Capella, $2 and $1.80. So at this stage, the money looks well placed. We're 3 minutes out. We will take a short break and then live to Yonkers for race number 2, meeting code 46.
Race to the TAB throughout March and April for the chance to win big with terminating quaddies. Over $1.3 million must be won on selected New Zealand Greyhound harness and thoroughbred races. TAB, how you win?
Off to Alexandra Park in 8 minutes time for race number 4, meeting code 5. First leg of a double, first leg of the place 6, and also kicks off a treble. So many punting opportunities for you here. We've got Yonkers in between now and then to squeeze in. Kirkit has an inside second row draw, number 9, $3.40 and $1.30 with the bookmakers. Similar price on the tote to Andrew Vank for Gareth Dixon. Last start drew 9th through outside and shot back to the markers and had an economical run there. Finished second, but it was a long way second that day behind Rock and Roll Princess. It might need a little bit of luck to go its way from that second row draw, inside second row, but look, if it does get a clear passage through, then might just be an each way go. Emancipation, it will follow out off the inside. Gets a draw today and hasn't been seen since back in December, so fresh up emancipation for Mark Burley at Pukekohe. Favourite in that race, just with the bookies, was It's OK Being Better, $3.20, but $5.80 and $3.60 on the totes. Probably forget last start at Tauranga on the grass and at Rotorua, but comes in off the back of a workout win. Whale might have seen that workout, I'm not too sure. We will check in with him on the back of Yonkers, where they're scoring up and they're nice and snappy and on time today. So we'll take off to Yonkers. Looked like Capella was the one to beat, and $1.80 and $1.30 has very warm in this market. Bronwyn Brinny was a neck shy of a 3-race winning streak, and she might be the major danger of the 5. Right, they're on gate for race 2.
Brown, Brinny and Capella left the lead. Between horses, I Am in Love. E.R. Maria toward the inside for it, with Arabella J. fifth. Around the turn and up 3 wide, Bartlett and Brown, Brinny take the lead. Mixing it up between theirs is I Am in Love. E.R. Maria and a 3 wide. Capella, the big favorite, caught 3 wide and having to back off now is Scott Zimmerman in that 4th spot. But it's a gap of 3 to Arabella J, who's 2.5 clear of Galleywench. And Seafood Missy is the trailer in 7th. Brown Brinny has the top. Brown Brinny by a length and a half over I Am in Love. It's a gap of 3 to E.R. Maria 3rd. At 1 to 5, Capella sits in 4th, 5 lengths from the top in a 28-second opening quarter. Making the way around the paddock turn in 5th. Brennan and Arabella J was looking to flush out Capella. Then it's a length and a half back to Galleywench and Seafood Missy with a tough task ahead as they proceed to the half mile. And Brown Brinny's at 3 to 1. Brown Brinny by 2.5 over I Am in Love. It's 3.5 back to E.R. Maria 3rd. Scott Zern with a good hold of Capella in 4th. Length and a half back to Arabella J 5th. The half mile was 57.3. 29.3 second quarter as Brown Brinny maintains a lead of a length and a half. I Am in Love is sticking right there with her. And now Capella's been given the green light. Here's Capella. She's moved outside of E.R. Maria. But it's 2.5 back to Arabella J as they move up the backstretch. Galleywench has moved now 3rd up. And Seafood Missy, they approach 3 quarters. And the race goes for Brown Brinney. Her lead is a length and a quarter toward the inside. Ahmed Lab, Capella's inched her way up closer now. They've gone 3/4 in 1:26 and 1. Moving on the final turn. Arabella J is now a clear fourth. Fading from the scene was E.R. Maria inside of Gallywinch and Seafood Missy at the top of the stretch. It is Brown, Brinney, and Capella's now the danger on the outside. Toward the inside, Ahmed Love is still in with a fighting chance. As they move down the stretch, Brown, Brinney on the outside. Capella toward the inside is Ahmed Love. And then Arabella J. Capella strikes the lead on the deep stretch. Capella just in front. Ahmed Love toward the inside. Brown, Brinney third. Arabella J. was fourth.
Favourite wins, $1.20, $1.20. You jumped on and took the short 6, 2 and 5. The numbers from Yonkers. Craig, we'll get to you 4 minutes out. It's okay being better. By the sounds of it, had a pretty good workout. Did you manage to catch that?
Welcome back to Alexandra Park. We're only about 3.5 minutes away from race number 4. Thanks for that, Ryan. I was just off grabbing an interview subject. But the 4th, I actually had a quick talk about to Derek Ball about the fixed odds favourite here. It's going to be better, and he was staggered at 260 this morning, to be honest, Ryan. He said, listen, it won an amateur drivers heat at Pukekohe from barrier 1. It's coming from the outside of the second row draw. And he said, really, to be honest, it's an each-way chance with the right run. Absolutely could win the race, but no $2.60 shot, hence why you're getting $5 on the tote. And I think that's where I'd be shopping. It's going to be better. Start at number 10 for it today, the Son of Better's Delight. It's one partly owned by Owen Gillies, and good luck to Owen with that run-up. It is a chance, but it will need luck, and it has to get round a big field. That's one I'm very keen on, number 1, Emancipation. On the other hand, you're getting $7.50 for her this morning, and I thought that was way over. She's a filly that's performed in much better fields than this. She's got an inside draw. She looked very well going on track today. She hasn't trialled this time up, but I thought definite each-way chance. The money's gone about her at the moment, though. The fixed odds money anyway. $4.50 on the tote, $5.50 on the book. Runner number 1, Emancipation. My clear top tip. Following her through is 9, Kira Kid. This one trained by Gareth Dixon and Andrew Vent. Takes the drive. Follows out Emancipation. Start 13, but has been placed on 4 occasions. Gets a nice draw. Definite chance. Then the favourite, book favourite 11. It's okay being better. And I found a spot for the other Gareth Dixon train runner in 5, Neon Sky. Let's get to Nikki Chilcott with her thoughts around runner number 4, Christian Falcon. Nikki, Christian Falcon, he went to Manawatu. Things just didn't go his way down here?
Oh, look, he's just got a lot to learn, Well, he's a 4-year-old, but he's just mentally probably a 2-year-old, and he just got it wrong a wee bit down there. He's sort of, prior to going to the trials, you just wouldn't have thought you could break him up. His gait was terrific, but I think nerves get to him a little bit. He's definitely good enough to win a maiden race. Happy to see him get round, do everything right today, and I think if he does that, he's probably going to be thereabouts.
He's not the worst, and he's backable at $10. What I can tell you about his first up run at Tauranga was enormous. He actually galloped off the gate. He would have been a mile back, and he ended up running 6. Since then, I don't think Manawatu's his go. He really never got round that track that well. I think the bigger track here at Alexandra Park today will suit him. Christian Falcon at $10 is not the worst in race number 4. This race, as I said earlier in the quaddie preview, is open to an upset. Very tricky race to analyse. A few of these have been trying for a while. Get the result of Invercargill Dogs, race number 5 on the screen, up and gone, so hopefully you got that result. It's in your account as we speak. Aaron's numbers are 9, 11, 5 and 1, 9, 11, 5 and 1. Yonkers, Capella, 120, 120. I'm in Love, 320, no third dividend. Quinella 350, and the trifecta at Yonkers race 2 is $21.80. Numbers 6, 2 and 5. Caduceus Club Fillies and Mares Mobile Pace. Aaron, I thought number 1, Emancipation, a nice each-way chance in a race I thought that was devoid of a lot of form.
Yeah, you did right there. I've gone the way of 9, Kira Kid. Start 13 today, looking for her first victory. Badlands Hanover Mare was best of the rest, and behind the rampant rock and roll Princess back on the 19th of February. Go back 2 starts ago, was 5th and behind a Perfect Storm, beaten 3 lengths, was working home okay there with Perfect Storm. I think he's good enough to go around in the Derby on Friday night, so that's good enough for an each-way bet on Kira Kid on a Tuesday afternoon. 11, it's okay being better. Yeah, to really bring that workout form to the races. It was a good workout winner a week or so ago, David Butcher. I put in the 5, Neon Sky, Simon Lawson. And yes, Emancipation with the nice draw has to be considered also for Mark Burley. 9, 11, 5 and 1 my numbers. Caduceus Club fillies and mares. No bases, they start to brush up. Emancipation down on the inside and behind the yellow bar arm. Son of a Wish, Christian Falcon come forward, Neon Sky and the Blue Allen. So 5 on the front line, 4 on the back with the unruly Calendar Babe up the track, of course, in the unruly spot. Kid Prime Silver, It's Okay being better 1, 2, 3 respectively on the second line. That dispatch, the green light is there and they're off and racing. Prime Silver galloped shortly after the start and lost valuable ground. First out, Emancipation from Christian Falcon. Kira Kid's got the lovely drag through from the second line. Christian Falcon, though, will take over for Nicky Chilcott on the stable's corner. Son of a Wish left parked in fourth. Around It's Okay being better than Neon Sky. Calendar Babe and Blue Allen the next pair and 5 lengths away in the field to Prime Silver. They pace out to the 1800 metre mark and Emancipation comes off. Christian Falcon's back and works around. Mark Burley wants the lead, but Christian Falcon just firing up on the inside of it. Nicky restrains him now and Emancipation will work on to the top as they work down to the lead time. And that'll be cut out in 44 seconds. 3 lengths away, Neon Sky, It's Okay being better, and Son of a Wish is 5th in Park. Blue Allen back on the inside, Neon Sky 1-1, then Calendar Babe, and still 5 lengths Prime Silver. 1400 to go in the Caduceus Club fillies and mares. And Emancipation leads. Christian Falcon in the trail and 3 back Neon Sky. In the hands of Andrew Vent up on the outside. Son of a Wish for Royden Downey as Calendar Babe and Morris McKendry starts a 3-wide bid. Gets around Neon Sky and It's Okay being better down on the marker line. Blue Allen and Prime Silver the last pair. 33.2 is the opening quarter as they work down to the judge bell and 1 to go. Emancipation, the Real Desire filly, will stride into the final circuit, a length clear Calendar Babe. Back on the inside, Christian Falcon, Son of a Wish with 1-1 cover for the final circuit. Back on the inside then to Kira Kid. Neon Sky, a length off it in the running line. Back on the inside, It's Okay being better. Blue Allen and Prime Silver still the last pairing as they head out to the 800 metre mark. Emancipation sights up into the back, 31 and 9 the second quarter over Christian Falcon and Calendar Babe. In the 1-1 is Son of a Wish back on the inside, Kira Kid, then Neon Sky. It's Okay being better's 4 back on the inside, Prime Silver a length off that. And back in the field there too is Blue Allen up on the outside as they pace to the end of the back straight. 500 metres left to go. Emancipation works off the back, leads by a length over Calendar Babe. Christian Falcon back on the inside, Son of a Wish 1-1. Back on the inside then to Kira Kid, there followed by Neon Sky, back straight quarter 30.3, and further away in the field to Blue Allen, It's Okay being better, Emancipation for home. Christian Falcon under Calendar Babe, Son of a Wish, Kira Kid looking to get out of a pocket, Neon Sky, Blue Allen down the outside, Emancipation breaks away by 3, getting home late, Neon Sky, Son of a Wish, Kira Kid's getting to the outside and about to flash, but Emancipation and Mark Burley too strong. Emancipation beats Neon Sky, Son of a Wish, Calendar Babe will hold 4th in front of Christian Falcon and the unlucky Kira Kid. They were followed, It's Okay being better. Back in the field then was Blue Allen and Prime Silver, 248.6 and 29 was the final quarter. Emancipation, the filly by Real Desire. Mark Burley, the trainer and driver and co-owner, and gets the job done in pretty good fashion too. Skipped away at the top of the straight. Neon Skies found the line well for Simon Lawson. Son of a Wish there for 3rd, and then came Calendar Babe to make up the first 4 in the Caduceus Club fillies and mares pace.
Official placings race 4, the Caduceus Club fillies and mares mobile pace. 152.1349. 152.1349. Horse 1, Emancipation, paced the 2200 metres in 248.71. Mile rate of 23.4. Last 859.3. The 429. The margins 3 lengths, a neck 1.5 lengths. 152.1349. Race 4, the Caduceus Club Fillies and Mares Mobile Pace.
Emancipation back at the head of the field. A Real Desire, Miss Carlisle Bay, 3-year-old filly. Verona Breeders, Mrs. HMC and Mark Burley. Mark Burley, the trainer-driver out of Pukiko, back at the head of the field. Terry Walker down there for Caduceus Club. Roger Barnes, Rostow Stewart of the Auckland Trotting Club, in attendance with the victory celebrations. Win 1 at start 7 today for Emancipation. 5 Neon Sky for second. Artificial 3-year-old Bay filly out of Against the Wind. Managed by SB and Mrs. A.M. Phillips. Gareth Dixon trained at Pukiko. Simon Lawson. 2 Son of a Wish in for third. Jeremy's Jet. 3 Wishes Bay 4-year-old Gelding. G.W. Paul and L.M. Fist the owners. Royden Downey the trainer and driver out of Huapai. One Emancipation, $4.80 and $1.40, $4.81.40. 5 Neon Sky, $2.10 to $10. And 2 Son of a Wish, $6.50, $6.50. Quinella, $16.60, $16.60. Trifecta, $502.60, $502.60. The first 4 partially struck, $1,365.70, $1,365.70. $969 jackpotting into the first 4 for race 5, $969. Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud, handicap trot, 2,700 metres is the 5th on the card this afternoon, and 3.10 and $1.60 Cody Hall, number 8 to run the favourite. That race at 7 minutes after 2.
Got a bit of a check there, and that was the end of the story. The pink rug here from Dad's Ambition. That's a super run, big effort. Dad's Ambition, and it's the second of the day for Mel Grant, taking out race number 6. Ryan will have the next race 7, smack on the button at 2 o'clock.
Flew into that corner, Dave, didn't it? It really charged around that bend. And that was the winning of the race, Dad's Ambition. In fact, just kept going on with it. 7:52.40. If you'd followed both the starts this campaign, you're probably on it again today. Well done. Homebush Errol 140, Hello Blondie 170. That's one for Malcolm Grant. Quinella 1390, Trifecta 6280. First 4, 467. And the treble 1, 3 and 8, $74 even. Turning the page to Yonkers, race number 3. Just check with my director. Is this the last we take from Yonkers today? Yes, correct. Correct, says Martin Henderson in his last week here at Trackside. Good luck to him. Hands Off Frank 340 and Jolt of Whiskey 340. Let's go straight to the form line that we get from the Empire City Casino Yonkers Raceway from Daily Racing Form. DRF.com is that website if you're interested in that Yonkers form. And in the third, Jolt of Whiskey is up in class off a win and looks the sharpest of the contenders. And Big Bad Boss Man woke up in a huge way last week en route to an upset win. The 1 Jack Attack and the 6 Smokin' Joey both debut for new connections, and either seems capable here. So Jolt of Whiskey up in class, and Big Bad Boss Man caused a bit of an upset last week. Can he hold on to that form line? 2 minutes away, the Happy Birthday FJD Mobile Paces, race number 3 on the card.
Race to the
Dog Zone, 7 o'clock tonight, Dog Zone. They're breaking a bit of news tonight on Dog Zone, so tune in, 7 o'clock tonight. Spoke to Craig Roberts as well about Dinah Vickers, the Auckland Cup winner. We'll maybe target a couple of races across the Tasman, but the next big assignment will be the Group 2 South Island Championships at Addington in June, but may have a look at Australia. At this stage, though, Dinah Vickers earned himself a couple of weeks off. Just chilling out at home, and boys, he deserved it too. He's went up for a pat in the weekend after he won the Auckland Cup, and he's a lovely greyhound that followed Dinah Vickers, and he has got all the pace in the world. So the South Island Championships next on the radar in June, and after a couple of weeks off, may just have a little peek over in Australia too, at a couple of races over there yet to decide. Okay, we're at Yonkers now for race 3, and that Crown Victoria with the gates will now extend and pull away as they come in behind. Have a quick look at the win movers for you to see where the money's coming. Jolt of Whiskey 5s into 230. Oh, you're smashing this Jolt of Whiskey. Big Bad Boss Man on the back of the last start wins 970 into 780. Smokin' Joey supports 640 into 560. And Jack Attack off the inside, 11s into 570. No doubt about the major win mover. It's Jolt of Whiskey, 5s into $2.30. Here's race 3.
This field is Andre. They're off in a good start. Hands off Frank. There's Jolt of Whiskey, Big Bad Boss Man, and toward the inside, speeding up is Jack Attack. Jack Attack shoots on through and takes the lead. But hands off Frank, going to go with that one. Then it's 2 lengths back to Jolt of Whiskey third. Big Bad Boss Man is in fourth. Length and a half back fifth to find Well Said Stride. Then comes the inverter Smokin' Joey. Blade Sealser was a bit hard to handle early on, but quickly Hollins tries to settle that one down. Right up on the back there with Blade Sealser. Blade Sealser is a handful. And the trailer is Colonial Road. Jolt of Whiskey took over the opening quarter, was 28 seconds flat, 4-5 favorite. Jolt of Whiskey leads it by a length and a half on the paddock turn. Over Jack Attack, hands off Frank is following Jack. As they move around the far turn the first time, following Frank is the Big Bad Boss Man. At the top of the stretch the first time, and Jolt of Whiskey. Jolt of Whiskey, a length and a half over Jack Attack. Hands off Frank is third, on hold in fourth is the Big Bad Boss Man, and now moves to the outside. Big Bad Boss Man keen to go on. Well Said Stride, and here's Blade Sealster rumbling up on the outside. Then Smokin' Joey and Colonial Road. They won a half mile in 57-3, 29-3 second quarter. With 3/8 to go and the favorite to catch. It's Jolt of Whiskey who has the upper hand. Big Bad Boss Man on the outside. Making inroads now toward the inside. It's Jack Attack third. Gapping slightly second over his blade. Seals her hands off. Frank is pinned and appears to have some pace. Down toward the inside. Well said stride. Got shuffled back third last. And then it's Smoking Joey and Colonial Road. Big Bad Bossman coming after Jolt of Whiskey. 3/4 in 1:25 and 3. 28 second third quarter. But Jolt of Whiskey taking the best shot from Big Bad Bossman. It's 3 lengths back to Jack Attack third. And then comes Hands Off Frank into the stretch. And it is Jolt of Whiskey. The whip out on Big Bad Bossman. He's coming back on the far outside. Hands Off Frank with belated pace in the deep stretch. Jolt of Whiskey. Jolt of Whiskey is going to do it. And he won it by 2. In for second, Hands Off Frank. Big Bad Bossman, a good effort for third. Then Well Said Stride fourth. And from last, Colonial Road fifth.
4-3 and 5. 4-3 and the 5 with Jolt of Whiskey. We've had 2 races. We've seen 2 favourites roll on in. And you did smash that one late. Righto, we're coming to Invercargill here. And I've still got the win movers in front of me and they've updated to this race. And Gold Star Jagger has just been hammered on the tips. There's only $1,000 in this pool at the moment, I know. So the fluctuations are with less money in it. But it's coming as short as $250. That's a real weight of money come on here for the 3 Gold Star Jagger for the win. Might be an all-up bet. Who knows? Might be an all-up. This also kicks off a treble. A Power Alex off the inside for the Lane Wales team as it start number 5. Ran 4th here at its only start at Scott Park 2 starts ago. A couple of last start winners, the 5 and the 6 Homebush back and Alex Rumble. And Albie McLeod, the rank outsider there in box 8, with 6 minutes out from the Southland in Otago photo finish. Race number 7 over the 457. That's off the Auckland Racing Club. An excellent decision this year to scrap the Wednesday Cup Day and bring it back to Saturday. Bring the crowds back and create what's a sensational day of racing. 3 Group 1s, Sistema Diamond Stakes, the Bone Crusher New Zealand Stakes, and the Group 1 Barfoot and Thompson Auckland Cup, this time-honoured event. This will close tonight. This is the futures. This will close tonight and the final field market will come out later on tomorrow, I would suggest. $2.80 Sacred Master. That's a great price for this Tony Pipe trained 4-year-old. Benzini was finishing off hard, and the oil throws that Vinnie Colgan will now ride Benzini, a $5 chance. Pentathlon I thought was disappointing last weekend. Excellent win from Al Pistola, who's coming as short as $10. Nathan Hanley declaring this also win the Auckland Cup this weekend. Good luck to him. Mr. Impatience is the interesting one for me. This horse loves 2 miles. It's won a Wellington Cup. It's a Queensland Cup winner too. Over the 2 miles, I think it might have been, at $14. Mr. Impatience is certainly the one at decent odds there that I think you look at playing. But definitely agree. Benzini was a real eye-catcher in the final stages for Adrian and Harry Bull, but Sacred Master and that on-form trainer Tony Pipe, the one they will all have to beat at Ellerslie in the Cup this weekend, and fingers crossed for a nice fine day and some great racing. Gee, didn't we see some good racing last Saturday at Ellerslie, and a big crowd expected this weekend too. Auckland Cup back to a Saturday, and hopefully a big crowd on track to witness this run at $500,000. 2 miles at 5:22, scheduled to run at 5:22 on Saturday afternoon. 3 minutes out from race number 7, Gold Star Jagger at $4 and $1.20. Dave, this is a particularly tough market, but Alex Rumble, probably the form greyhound, but starts 6 here, 3 minor placings, yet to get the win here, but I think he might be a chance today, but he's at odds.
Yeah, well, he probably should be around that money too, really. He's had 5 goes around this track, and he's only had the 3 minor placings. Others go better here. I don't mind a bit of a bolt in this. I don't mind that Homebush Buck, actually, number 5. I sort of fancied him a bit last time out around Fulbury Park Circuit. He was a victor there. But he's in that sort of mood. He's won 2 of his 10 races around here. I don't know, it's tricky, this race. I like that One Power Alex, and I'm pretty keen on Gold Star Jagger. So I'm somewhere around those. Heritage Watch has won its only race on this track. Alex Rumble, yeah, I'd have him in. 5, 1, 3 and 6 would be sort of around about my rival would be in this. Albie McLeod, he's got the outside alley here. He only starts on this track, Albie. He doesn't go anywhere else. He's won 4 races around here. And John Snow Lives has had its only win on this track. It goes from towards the outside as well. Power Bucksize has been a winner here. It's only won 3 races, one of them here. It's an even little lineup, isn't it? The South and Otago finish. Mel Grant took out the previous 2, actually, and the previous one was his 100th winner for the season. And the last one, Dad's Ambition, made it 101. I wonder how many he's won on the track for the season. He's got a pretty good strike rate down here, Mel Grant. Doesn't have a runner on this, but yep, he's notched up 100 for the season. Good on him. So 5, 1, 3, 6 for me. Homebush Buck's a bit of a risk from that particular trap. Yeah, the 3 makes a bit of sense, doesn't it, really? Gold Star Jagger. Power Alex has the inside alley here, so I'm 1 from 4. I know, but I just made him a touch from that inside alley. If he pings, it just may be hard to catch. Alex Rumble, successful last time out, the John Mackinnon new train balance, won 3 from its 18 appearances, and 5 goes for any of the 3 placings on the track. And it's got a tricky alley. John Snow Lives is on the tote at 5s. He's got a bit of support as well. Tricky little bunch this. Moving to the lids. Power Alex, Heritage Watch, Gold Star Jagger, who will close pretty much the favourite. There's big support for Power Alex. And what's Buck paying? $6 around Homebush Buck. Moving to the lids for the 7th, the South and Otago photo finish. 457, Power Alex. And close near enough the favourite. Good sort of a dog too, goes from the inside alley. In it goes Gold Star Jagger, Homebush Buck. Albie McLeod the outside, but John Snow Lives just going on the inside of that. Heritage Watch 2, Power Alex 1. Lid shut, 457. Power Alex and Heritage Watch. Closing. Power Alex inside alley, pretty much the favourite. Set off. He was beaten off the mark by Alex Rumble, who burst to the lead. Out and after it is John Snow Lives on the outside. Right behind those then to Albie McLeod and Power Alex driving up on the inside. One would got the bad check. That was Heritage Watch. It went back beside Power Buckside and Gold Star Jagger out of the race as well. Homeward bound Alex Rumble trying to come after it. John Snow Lives down the outside. Alex Rumble, John Snow Lives, diving, dunno. John Snow Lives, Alex Rumble. 3rd over is Albie McLeod. Big gap away, 4th Homebush Buck. It's going to be followed in by the ones that met bother. Power Alex, Heritage Watch, Gold Star Jagger and Power Buckseye. And they all met a bit of bother across the top. John Snow Lives, Alex Rumble, who had the lead. Alex Rumble, John Snow Lives just continues to pinch ground off it all the way down the straight. And will probably nail it. Yeah, it will too. It'll be John Snow Lives, Alex Rumble. 3rd over is going to be Albie McLeod. And there's half a mile back to the next, and that's Homebush Buck, who'll be the 4th one to go by. And a few of those may bother. How that Heritage Watch stayed on its feet, I don't know. but it did. Copped a vicious old check coming halfway around the bend. Don't know that we'll get it, but it went back in a big hurry. John Snow Lives and Alex Rumbelow sorted themselves out very early on in the piece. It's already happened, but it got poleaxed big time. Anyway, interesting race. 7 beats 6. That's the 7th. Ryan, race 8 at 2:19.
Yep, that's what happens, Dave, when they drag me around on their tail. They get beat right at the end. Alex Rumble just getting nutted there. And we will have a result through shortly from Southend. To the back though, 4.5 minutes out. Wow, Katie Hall, 250, 210, 230. And, really nice tipping in the previous.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Katie Hall, $2.10. Pretty short, isn't it, for a trotter that hasn't won for a while. But what I would tell you, he's been racing in some very good fields. I mean, probably in his last half a dozen starts, he's raced El Bundy, You're Going to Kiss Me or Not, Idle Bone, Scary McCleary, Paramount Dream, and Regal Petite. So he's run into some very, very good horses, Ryan. Tuesday form, not as strong as is on Friday nights. In saying that, he's never the easiest horse to drive because he's got an unusual way of going about him. He's got all the ability in the world. If Brett Mangus can steer him around that bend safely, he is the horse to beat. But he's getting pretty tight now. At 250 the book, 220 the tote. I've got him on top, but not by much over runner number 10, Moment of Truth. I think if I was sitting back now and I was having a bet, runner number 10 at the $9.50 on the tote, I think that's an each-way price. He was good enough to run 5th last start, Ryan, and that race was taken out by Val Main. Now, the horses that ran 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in that race were You Going to Kiss Me or Not, Paramount Dream, and Scary McCleary. Any one of those horses lined up in this race, they're $2. What I like about the old boy was he got round that last bend so well. As I mentioned to you earlier, he won his first race back in 2006, 10 years ago. He's won on 10 different racetracks in New Zealand. Quite an amazing statistic around number 10, Moment of Truth. Rising 14-year-old, won his first race at Methven in 2006. Got a part ownership on that horse there, Chosen Path. Won at Manawatu, caught up with her driver and trainer, Nicky Chilcott, earlier in the day. Nick Chosen Path, the horse he got as a claimer, finally broke through for that elusive win.
Yeah, he did. It was finally good to get one. I thought the first day of the meeting, I actually thought he had broken down. He pulled up really lame and sort of thought, I'm an hour whether to start. So, mate, they make lives of you. They really do. So, look, he's a day-to-day. He's always a little bit on the sore side, and he'll probably need a run today. He's better off if we can race him sort of week in, week out, and in between times he just spends in the pool. But, as long as he trots all the way, this is a field well within him. But, maybe, in a fortnight, 10 days' time at Cambridge, it'd probably be more him. But owners are hard to train for, mate, so I'm hoping that I don't get too much of a bake if things go wrong.
Yeah, that owner, she's having a crack at is me, but she's back on board today, and I'm sure she'll give it every opportunity. Let's catch up with Todd Mitchell, get his thoughts about runner Opawa Speed. So thanks for your time. Opawa Speed, Trotter, you get on really well at the moment, and very good run at Stratford.
Yeah, good second. Well, thing is, he's probably not his best right-handed. He's a little bit better left-handed, but he's in this sort of field, he's a good each-way chance. But so on a day like this, I think Moment of Truth, he's probably the one to beat.
Todd Mitchell about Opawa Speed. Of course, he's driven Moment of Truth a few times and Opawa Speed, so he'd know the old boy quite well. For me, I put Katie Hall on top. For Tim Vince, they've had a win already today, in part ownership, of course, earlier in the day with the trotter St. Michelle. Over Moment of Truth, Chosen Path and Opawa Speed are my top 4. Invercargill Dogs, result on screen at the moment, 7, 6, 8 and 5. And what does it come to you a minute out from our feature trot today? Of course, a couple of these down to race on Friday night as well, including Moment of Truth.
Yeah, you're right there. I've gone the way of Katie Hall. Back into this sort of company has to be a big chance. Brent Mangos took the previous square gating event on the card there with St. Michelle, so he can certainly get another one here with Katie Hall for Timmy Vince. We'll put in the 8th Moment of Truth, gunning for his 28th victory today. Tuesday afternoon racing certainly does suit him down to the ground. Peter Ferguson to do the driving. I'll put in the 6 Power Speed, who's certainly racing well enough to give these a shake. Was a good fourth in behind Skewy McCleary when last at Alexandra Park. That was back on the 19th of February. And the 9 Chosen Path, your horse, well, good luck to you and the other owners. I thought his win at Manawatu was good. If he gets around safely, might be a knockout chance today.
Thanks, Ian. On start time for race number 5. I haven't heard anything through from the bookmakers today. It's predominantly been a favourites day, so it suggests there'll be a few bets placed, but at this stage nothing coming through. It may happen as the day progresses. Let's get upstairs to Aaron White, the voice of the North, for his call on the feature trot where your favourite is Katie Hall in the teal colours. Tim Vince, they have 2 in the race. The other runner, the back marker, Katie Commando.
Starter Frank Phelan will call these contestants forward very shortly for the Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud Trot. Ace Moment Star Filly off the front tape. Macaroon Jake, Yaldy Boys, our Super Ramo Power Speed. Franco Nadal off the 10 metres. Katie Hall, Chosen Path, Moment of Truth, and Katie Commando, the back markers. $2.60 and $2.10 about Katie Hall. $6 and $2. Ace Moment off the front tape. $6.30 and $2 about Moment of Truth, the $6,000 claimer. Teenager by Sundon, gunning for his 28th victory here this afternoon is Moment of Truth. Peter Ferguson doing the driving. Lisa Milner, the trainer. I think our last Tuesday meeting here back on the 22nd of December. Moment of Truth and Yaldy Boys for Lisa Milner, Quinn Allen that day. Can they do it again? We'll find out. So they face up 2,700 metres. Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud, and their off-star filly has begun a wee bit tardily off the front tape, down and trotting all the same, but she'll settle in midfield. All other runners down and trotting. Ace Moment's first away from Yaldy Boys and Macaroon Jake. Followed by our Super Ram. Coming forward is Moment of Truth, and our Power Speed is Star Filly. Gallops going into the first corner. Franco Nadal gets around her safely. Back on the inside, Katie Commando. 3 or 4 lengths, Katie Hall. And then came Chosen Path as our Super Ram up ahead, went for a skip and now goes back behind those horses. And Star Filly is in a gap of 12 lengths as they trot into the lane. 2,200 metres left to go, and Moment of Truth looks to stride onto the lead here in the Pegasus Spur, standing at Woodland Stud Trot. Over Race Moment, Yaldy Boys is third and 3 back on the inside. 4 back, Macaroon Jake. 2 lengths, Power Speed. 5 lengths, Franco Nadal at the judge with 2 circuits left to make. Then Katie Commando and Jack McKinnon, tracked up by stablemate Katie Hall. Super Ram and Chosen Path back in the field, and 10 lengths away to Star Filly. They trot out to the 1,850 metre mark, and Moment of Truth, the son of Sundon, leads a length and a half over Ace Moment, and Zach Butcher with that nice run in the trail, and Yaldy Boys is third, then Macaroon Jake. Followed by Power Speed and the Wizard Todd Mitchell. 3 lengths then to Franco Nadal. Katie Commando just easing away from the marker line, so Katie Hall will come on to its back and take the 1-1 as they trot past the lead time in 1:29.5. There's a couple of lengths away in the field to our Super Ram around Chosen Path. And still 8 lengths away, Star Filly. They sweep across the showground's turn, and Moment of Truth, he's picking them up and putting them down nicely in front. Leads by a length and a half, Ace Moment, and Yaldy Boys coming forward now. Power Speed out park. KD Commando 1-1. We're back on the inside of that pairing is Macaroon Jake, followed through by Franco Nadal. Katie Hall 3 back in the running line, and only 7 lengths off the lead as they swing into the lane and cut off the first quarter in 33.4. In fact, Katie Hall now comes forward out 3. Further back in the field is our Super Ram, Chosen Path, and 2.5 away to a Star Filly. Judge Bell and 1 to go. Moment of Truth and Katie Hall stride onto the stables corner together. Ace Moments had that lovely drag along in the trail. Power Speed now 1-1 cover. Yaldy Boys 3 back on the inside. Katie Commando on the outside of Macaroon Jake, our Super Ram, and Franco Nadal the next pair. Chosen Path and 4 lengths to Star Filly. 31 and 3 was the second quarter. Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud Trot through the back. Moment of Truth leads by a length. Katie Hall the outside. Back on the inside, Ace Moment. Yaldy Boys 3 back the inside. Now, Moment of Truth has just come away from the marker line, as he can sometimes do. So Ace Moment will punch up on his inside. There followed Makareva Jack back in 5th. Then Power Speed and Katie Commando. Franco Nadal's gone for a late gallop again. And Chosen Path, 28 and 9, the back straight quarter. Moment of Truth, Ace Moment galloped in the trail. Up on the outside, Katie Hall. Back on the inside, Yaldy Boys, and then Makareva Jack. They come for home. Moment of Truth, Yaldy Boys, Katie Hall, and Makareva Jack drawn to the outside. Moment of Truth, Yaldy Boys, Katie Hall, Makareva Jack. Moment of Truth, Yaldy Boys slips up on the inside. Makareva Jack trying to get to Katie Hall for third, as they did back on the 22nd of December. This time, though, they'll be Yaldy Boys, Moment of Truth, for the Lisa Milner Quinella. So Yaldy Boys beats Moment of Truth by 2 lengths. Photos third, Katie Hall, Makareva Jack, then Ace Moment. That was a costly gallop at the 300. Power Speed back in the field. Katie Commando also went for a late gallop, as did Franco Nadal. Super Ram, Chosen Path and Star Philly, 3:34.2 as the time. We'll trim it up with the 10-metre handicap, and 31 was the final quarter. Lisa Milner, she'd want Tuesday afternoon racing every Tuesday at Alexandra Park. These two trotters, they do it again. They run the Quinella. Yaldy Boys, though, will get the victory today over Moment of Truth. Particularly close there for third between race favourite Katie Hall and Makareva Jack, and the Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud. Yaldy Boys, Sailor Shabanathi, 2 strong.
Official placings, race 5, the Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud handicap trot. 4:10.8, 3:16, 4:10.8, 3:16. Horse 4, Yaldy Boys, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in a handicap and a net time of 3:33.3. It's a mile rate of 27.2. Last 859.9 to 431. Margins 2 1/4 lengths, 2 lengths and O's. 4:10.8, 3:16, race 5. Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud handicap trot.
Yaldy Boys back at the head of the field. Career win 6 at start. 61 today, raced by C and Mrs. L. Bray. Congratulations to you. Lisa Milner trained at Kemu. Sailor Shabanathi doing the driving on the Bryland Boys. 9-year-old Bay Gelding out of Ambo Adios. R.G. Dixon was the breeder back at the head of the field there. And Charlotte Mooney down there for Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud. Roger Barnes, race day steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, was also in attendance with the victory celebrations. 10 Moment of Truth, summed on now is the Moment. Bay 13-year-old Gelding, raced by Miss Alice Milner. Lisa Milner trained at Kemu. Peter Ferguson. And 8 Katie Hall does just hold third. Quite easy. 6-year-old Bay Gelding out of Castle Dazzle. T.R. Vince and Miss S.L. Wigg, the owners. Tim Vince trained at Waimaku. And Brent Mangos. Yaldy Boys, $11.10 the win and $2.50 the place. 11.10 and $2.50. 10 Moment of Truth, $2.20, $2.20. And 8 Katie Hall, $1.50, $1.50. The Lisa Milner Quinella returns $42.90, $42.90. Trifecta $525.30, $525 and $30. The first four $2,471, $2,471. 1 and 4 in the double, $48.80, $48.80. The 1 and 10 concession, $17.20, $17.20. Early quaddy, 1, 8, 1 and 4, bet out of L. St. Michelle Emancipation and now Yaldy Boys returns $872.10. $872.10. LC Purden International Limited Mobile Place 2200 metres is the sixth on the card this afternoon to open the late quaddie, and also another double. And the early favouritism lies in the sixth with Snow Raker number 12 at $1.90 to win and $3.20 back for the place. Christy Maguire number 10 at $5 and $1. And Shards Phoenix number 5. Just noting Kyle Marshall will do the driving on Shards Phoenix. Kyle Marshall on number 5 at $9.40 and $2.20. Race 6 time to go at 2:32.